And so we will look at judicial branch. And I think because the judicial branch has got several moving parts between 24 and 25, I think we'll just kind of look at it as a package. I believe Representative Turk may have something he wants to present. So Representative Turk.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If the committee will bear with me, I will hand out a short document that will help explain kind of what we're moving. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All right. With the unique nature of the judicial branch, considering their circumstances this year, and after watching and taking notes with what how Ways and Means handled it, this is how I feel the judicial branch can best get what they're asking for with the least amount of worries. I won't read through it. You guys got this in front of you, but I will highlight that in this setup, we are utilizing both ARPA funds and SGF. I'll give everybody a little bit of time to read through this and they can ask questions as they go. But as I've mentioned in previous motions before committee, I'm very lucky and I want to be a resource to the committee, having both the 30,000 foot and the 10,000 foot perspective, because time and time again, we see how we push forward in the process our motions from this committee, and then they'll enter the next phase in the appropriations committee, and then they'll either get shredded or moved or manipulated past the intent of this committee. So with that in mind, with the assistance of the chair, we structured this setup to best optimize the judicial branch and their needs for what's coming up next, in addition to what the intent is from the Senate. This will streamline everything for the judicial branch from this point forth. So with that, I'll leave questions.
A motion is our second. Second by Representative Riley. Any questions on this particular amendment? Representative Amix.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay, so the 40 positions that we're deleting, that enhancement, those are all of the additional ones except for the 3 for the monitoring, the 24/7 monitoring?
Yes, so the judicial branch added a significant amount of positions that were not relevant to the cybersecurity portion of their ask. We have retained the cyber support and enhanced the cybersecurity portion of their ask, and have left what I would call the addition to another day.
And then the non-judicial salary increases.
Great.
There, the reason there is because that already exists in the governor's budget.
Yes, exactly.
Representative Smith.
Thank you, Chair. You feel like appropriations, when they get this, they're going to accept this a lot more than what we had before? That's the whole purpose of it.
Yes, exactly. Now, I've observed time and time again, when we don't ask the right questions here in committee and we don't get the right answers, or we don't bring the right numbers, as a committee, from their perspective, they'll shred us. And they'll turn what we thought was something simple into a 2-hour conversation. What we feel that we're doing here is eliminating that. And this really streamlines.
You know, being a committee, I want our work to be upheld. I don't want our work to be shredded, and then why even have us if they're going to do that? So,
It's like you're reading my mind.
thank you.
Yeah, and I will say so far we've done pretty good. And of course, most of the budgets that I've reported out so far have been pretty easy. But so far I don't know that we've had anything overturned from what we've done so far. And you know, the Senate has, I think, a few of the 40 FTEs, or they at least maybe gave some money for some of them. We're going to have that discussion in conference. I mean, there could even be a discussion in appropriates to add some. I doubt it, but possibly. I think the biggest thing is we do not know what the total is going to be yet for the notification to people and the remedy for those whose information was breached. I hope it's not 9.6 million. It probably won't be that much, but maybe it will. I don't know. Could be, I suppose. So I really feel like at this time, I know I'm not saying those 40 positions are not needed necessarily. I'm sure that they would probably enhance what the courts do. But I believe this year at this time, we need to get past the security breach that happened. This gives them the funding that they told us that they needed, and I really think that this will get us past that. So, okay, Representative Turk.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And as I mentioned, this is a holistic approach, and in keeping in mind what's coming next in the chain of events. So with that, I'll close. Okay.
Any other questions? Yeah, Representative Amix.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a comment. The 3 positions you've recommended here, that they come out of available vacant FTE positions. So there's no new monies created there, correct? Or is that the 440,000?
Yes, 440,000 is the money. It's just that we're asking them to use vacant FTE positions, which they do
No
have.
new positions.
No new FTEs, yeah, but
The
they.
ones that are on the book.
And we also, I mean, we're anticipating that these 3 positions will probably be the top 3 that they, a system architect, policy compliance officer, and deputy CISO. But we didn't say that it had to be those 3. They can, they can actually use that money for the positions they feel like they need to. But that was anticipated that that's probably what they're going to use it for, because those were their top priorities.
Well, I appreciate the work that the representative has done, and along with Chair and I assume anybody else. I thought that the request that was made, the arguments were pretty compelling. That those needs are there, especially in light of the situation that we had this past fall. I'm not sure I can support these kind of reductions, but I just want you to know I do appreciate the work.
Representative Riley.
Before we get lost, I want to come back to your comment that you made earlier, and I just want to have a minute after we clear this discussion to make sure that we have some discussion about that notification, that maybe at Omnibus or something. So I'll turn it over to Representative Turk, but I want that to be on the table after we get done with this, please.
Okay, sure will. Any other questions? Not seeing any. Representative Turk, you may close.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And to be clear, there are no reductions. In fact, this is still an addition. So if there's any confusion, I want to make that perfectly clear. Right? There's absolutely no reductions. You can ask for the moon, but that doesn't mean we necessarily have to give you the entire thing. In this particular case, they're still getting all of their most pertinent and time-sensitive asks, which is all of the cybersecurity elements of their budget. And to remind you, those additional full-time positions were an additional ask for which we don't feel are as pertinent as their cybersecurity side. So, with that being said, I close.
All right, you've heard the motion by Representative Turk to amend. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes appear to have it. Ayes do have it. Motion passes. All right, any other changes in this budget? Seeing none, yeah. Okay, Representative Riley.
So I'm looking to the revisor for this question is, so research. So there's some wording, I've used it in other budgets, but when we make a request after with this, but it just added onto it as verbiage where we would say we would recommend you look at in omnibus providing the funds for the notifications that need to go out to the people from this. Can you help me with that? What we would like to put in there?
Yeah, I think you're wanting to put, yeah, because we probably will get something from the department of how much those notifications and the remedy will be before omnibus. So it's probably something we need to make sure that appropriation looks at before. So is that what you're?
It's a magic word.
Martin, do you have? Yeah, just a notation.
Notation.
Yeah.
No,
So Martin, do you have the wording, or you'll work on it? Okay. Everybody understand what it's for? Okay. Is there a second to that amendment? Representative Williams seconds. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion. Oh, okay. Motion passes. Any other changes? All right. Seeing none, is there a motion to pass this out? Representative Turk.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I move the judicial branch budget for 24 and 25 be passed as amended.
Is there a second? Second by Representative Riley. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion passes. All right. We are now going to go to the Judicial Council. Make it loud. Judicial Council seems pretty straightforward for 24 and 25. So, Representative Riley?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would propose that we move the governor's recommendation on this for both 24 and 25 favorably for passage. Thank you.
Is there a second? Representative Williams seconds. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion passes. Now to the Insurance Department. Looking at the Insurance Department, it's pretty straightforward too, I believe. I think they've done a good job on their budget. So Representative Amix.
Chairman, I would make a motion to concur with the governor's recommendation for the Kansas Insurance Department for FY 2024 and FY 2025.
Second by Representative Riley. Discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries. Okay, committee, that is all for today. Monday, we will have our last meeting as far as for budgets. I think we are going to try to do some other stuff after we get the budgets done, but we are going to, I think there's 4 or 5 budgets that we will do recommendations on. It's the rest of the ones that we haven't done recommendations on. And some of them are fairly simple. A couple might take a little bit, but we should get through them okay. So, Representative Mix.
Mr. Chair, you decided to move administration up from Tuesday to Monday?
We did because yesterday we did those 2.
Oh, that's right.
And so we kind of got ahead a little bit. And so I think we should be able to get through all of them. If for some reason we don't, we can always meet again on, we can meet Tuesday. But I think we should be able to get done on Monday. So, and then that will be the end of our budgets. And I mean, guys, we've done pretty good. I can't believe we're only in the second week of February and we're done with budgets. So anyway,
Great leadership.
well, it's just part of it is thankful that the fiscal research was able to get the budgets early, and they were able to get those out to us quicker. So we appreciate that. And so with that, you guys have a no meeting tomorrow, of course. And then with that, you guys have a good weekend.